When I started working on this project, the focus was pretty much from a South African context. But when I looked at the request for proposal, it gave me a view that the problem that I'm trying to solve is not unique to South Africa. It's actually a problem that's common throughout the world. So being able to submit a proposal through the Harvard University and World Economic Forum, for me, that kind of elevated the conversation to be a global conversation as opposed to being just localized. Maybe to answer that question, I must first start by, why did I get this going in the first place, right? So I come from a country where there's quite a lot of unemployment. The unemployment rate is very high. And my own observation of small businesses is that they were either shutting down, or showing very limited growth. So what I wanted to achieve with this is to turn that around, because one of the key things that I observed is that technology can play a significant role in enabling these small businesses so that they also have the same level of insight in terms of their product offering, what's selling, and also get a better understanding of their own customers. So I felt that with the implementation of technology, we can be in a position to turn these businesses around so that we make them more competitive, but we also allow them to be the core of all the other businesses or ecosystems within these communities. So we can have a small business that is now integrated with all the local suppliers in the community, therefore creating value beyond the small businesses and incorporating all the community members around it. One of the key things that we need to be able to be successful on this is partnerships, right? So you cannot take away the role that is played by the wholesalers, for example. You cannot take away the role that is played by the manufacturers of products that are sold in these businesses. So we want to be able to have partnerships with these key stakeholders so that they are integrated in this entire platform. And then with that level of integration, we should be in a position to optimize the entire supply chain and also create value for the manufacturers and the retailers. So that's the key thing. If we don't have these partnerships, our chances of success will be reduced. But we're also looking at partnerships with business associations to which these small businesses belong. Because if we want to scale this, we don't want to have to go to each and every business owner. If we can engage at the level of the actual business associations, it then makes it easy to drive the scalability of this initiative. And then the last thing that I will touch on is around the facilitation of payments, because the efficiencies that we are trying to build on this platform, they have a huge dependency on the ease of payment. We don't want the delivery of goods to be delayed because the manufacturer or the wholesaler is waiting for funds to reflect in their account. So it will be quite key for us to be able to partner with players that can help us drive or streamline the whole payment process. The challenges that that we foresee here, right? Firstly, is somebody actually asked a very valid question today to say that, do we think how easy will it be for these business owners to buy into the system, right? To not see it as something that interferes with the way that they do businesses today, right? So one of these key challenges why we need these partnerships with the business associations is to try and deal with that level of resistance and also assist in the education of these businesses so that they can understand the real value that can be derived from this platform. My experience in this symposium has been outstanding, right? It kind of played the role of energizing, to make one realize that the problem that you are trying to solve, there are other people who actually care about solving the same problems. So you are not alone in trying to address this problem. The input that we got from the panel and also the questions that were coming from from the audience, they actually made us think. In my case, I mean, there was one question that I was asked about, the payment of tax, by these small businesses. That is something that kind of say that go and think about this, because it's something that in other parts of the world might be actually a deal breaker for what you're trying to achieve. So overall, I would say that the symposium has been great. I've learned a lot from what other people were presenting, and also the panelists that were there, they really added a lot of value.